Now to their second opportunity to defend their home floor. Victor Wembanyama can flex all the way to the locker room. 33 points and a resounding win in Game 4, 103-82. And now our series is all tied up at 2-2. The San Antonio Spurs hosting Western Conference Final games for the first time since 2017, and the fans leaving here with smiles on their faces. Maria Taylor, the Hall of Famers, Carmelo Anthony, Vince Carter, and Tracy McGrady. Let's just start with what we saw from Wemby and the exclamation point that he put on this Game 4.
Well, we asked that he be transcended today, and he transcended, man. He was special in here from all assets of the game, offensively, defensively. Wemby was just locked in.
And the specific ask was being in the paint. It was tied in the points in the paint, 22-22 at half. They ended up winning. They scored 50 points total. And that's what you want. Get into the paint, and from there, you either spray out for open threes or finish and get fouled. And he did that.
Set the tone. Attack, 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 and stayed aggressive the whole game.
Yeah, listen, 22 points he had at halftime, so we knew it was most certainly going to be a Wemby game. At the end of the day, 33 points in 31 minutes. Was that enough for you on your birthday, T-Mac?
They got the win, right?
Okay.
That's what matters. Big one.
On a day that T-Mac puts on a cowboy hat and says, howdy.
Yeehaw.
Victor Wembanyama, that's exactly what he does for the Spurs fans. Howdy, you get a win. Congratulations. And also, you got another chance to see Wemby. He is a first-team All-NBA player for the first time in his career. What a great way to seal the deal on an evening with the win. That's all the time we have tonight on NBC, but stick around on Peacock and NBCSN for NBA Showtime. We're going to break down this win at the Frost Bank Center. The Hall of Famers have plenty more to say as they weigh in. We'll be joined by Spurs.
Man, she told me
What'd he say?
stay mellow over there. Chill out. I got this.
Look, from the house, the drive to the arena, being in that tunnel, like you're thinking, even though you're down 2-1, like as a superstar, you looking at this like this is an opportunity to maybe have a breakout game or have a historic game, a game that one, in history could remember. And for Wemby, he has that mentality where I'm not even worried about what's next. What's the next game? I'm thinking about how I'm going to attack, right? Where's my openings for myself, and how can I make my teammates better? Because he was talking about that. I need to make my teammates better. Well, he did that tonight just by being aggressive.
Yeah, and listen, there's plenty of players who can have the mentality. They can say all the right things, but then there are players who meet the moment, and that's exactly what Victor Wembanyama was able to do in this game. Also of note, Oklahoma City only scores 82 points. That's their lowest scoring output since December 2021, guys.
Yeah.
That's huge to say what they were able to do on the defensive end as well.
I mean, you could say Wemby, controlling the rim, being a rim protector, but the perimeter guys, they didn't give Shea or any of their shot creations. They didn't give them any room to operate. They were contesting every shot. I thought they were very intentional. I thought they were aggressive and physical on the defensive end. They set a tone differently than they had the previous games, and it was good to see.
And it helps when you make baskets. You don't allow OKC to get out in transition and get fast break points. They only had 7 fast break points. 14 second chance opportunities. So that says a lot about their defense, but attention to detail, not allowing them to, because we know when OKC gets running, they don't just get layups and fouls, they get open threes from everyone.
And they didn't look, OKC didn't look sharp tonight. In all aspects of the game. It seemed like they were just one step behind the Spurs all night. And I think San Antonio took advantage of them being one step behind them.
Come on, fella.
Yeah, listen, there's De'Aaron Fox making his way over here.
Come on, Ricky.
You're not looking at that. You look great. How's
the
it going?
fastest man on the court, but walking slow.
I'm put some soft bottoms on.
Right now. I'm making it through.
Hey, look, De'Aaron, you're the steely veteran, basically. We were just happy to see you playing again in this series. You got to just tell us how you're feeling right now, being able to walk away with the win, but really your health, too, everything that goes into getting a win like this.
I mean, morally, I feel great.
Yeah.
Obviously, coming into this game, felt like whenever we were up 2-1 and we went there, like you could see that a team was ready for their season to be done, and we don't feel that way. And then physically, like I said, I'm just getting through the days. I'm getting through the days right
That's
now.
where I want to go with that.
Sleep
because you
I got 2 kids.
You are hampered. My bad.
No such thing. No such thing.
I got the recipe for that, but I got 4 of them. So with you being hampered with the ankle, Dylan is hampered as well. You guys are the 2 shot creators for your team, right? OKC has a bunch of those guys that comes off of their bench and their shot creators. How much pressure you feel that it is on you because you guys are hampered to go out and perform at a high level?
I mean, I feel like, throughout the course of the season, the reason that we won 60 games is because we were deep. We changed our starting lineup. I missed a bunch of games. Vic missed games. Dylan missed games. Steph missed games. And we were able to stay afloat because of the depth that we had on our team. And obviously, their bench is playing great. But for us, especially with me and Dylan being out there with the bench unit, we just try to create the best shot that we can get. It's not pressure. We've been doing it all year.
Yeah.
We've been doing it all year.
All right. You were my.
I was my vet.
You were my rookie.
I knew this was going.
All right, you're my rookie, and the one thing we used to battle about is just holding you accountable because of your talent. Now that you're in that position, how do you do or manage that with the young guys like a Dylan Harper, who is extremely valuable to your team?
I mean, man, these guys. The one thing I tell people all the time is, one, they're so talented, but they truly listen. Like. When I first,
crazy.
See how he said that?
He told on himself right there.
Like, when they came in, they're like, bro, when I was in middle school, I used to watch your highlights, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, one, this is crazy. Yeah. I mean, Dylan was born in 06.
Yeah.
And Steph was 05 or 04. But when you hear that, one, it's like I'm still playing at a high level, but I can teach them things, but they have the talent, they have the size, they have the athleticism to go out there and just play off pure instincts. And I just want to give them little tidbits of how to get around, certain guys that I've played against for years, or how to game the game, how to game some refs. Like, just give them little things like that. But they got all the talent in the world.
We've all been in your situation when we're the older guy on the team. We the vet on the team.
I'm not even 30 yet, man.
But
hold
on. They call you Unc on the team.
And you boosted the average when you came back. Forget.
With that being said, right, a lot of times we teach them. We teach the youngest. What are you learning from them in your position as a vet from the young guys?
I mean, I think their footwork, like Dylan. And I feel like the last 3-4 years, I've been one of the best guard finishers in the league.
Yeah.
And the way that he came in at 19 years old, man, it's crazy. I'm learning things from him. Steph, I can't learn too much from Steph, man. He 230, 6'6". Yeah, I can't learn too much from him. But Dylan, man, he's probably one of the better finishing guards that I've ever seen, just with my two eyes. He's rivaling guys like Kyrie, especially with, if you're just looking at percentage-wise. And then he can go up there and dunk on you, too. So
Here tonight.
Yeah, that's something that I'm learning from him, just the footwork, the ability. I don't think Dylan knows what hand he is.
Yeah.
Like, we always talk about, do you want to go left? Do you want to go right when this is coming? And Mitch is like, I don't know.
He's going left spinning.
Sometimes Dylan will say, I want to go left, and then Mitch is like, well, your numbers better going right. Like, I don't know what hand you want to use. But to do all of that at 19, man, is truly amazing. Oh, great problem.
What a good problem.
Great problem to have. But to do that at 19, man, the sky's the limit for him.
Let's talk about what a guy's doing at the age of 22, Victor Wembanyama. He comes in first half, 22 points, like definitely set the tone from the very beginning. I'm just curious what you see internally in a locker room when this is a guy who knows, I got to have a great performance in game 4. We got to tie it up. We don't want to go down 3-1 headed back to OKC.
Everything that you hear about Vic is true. He don't want to see blue light after like 9 o'clock. He reads books. He's not on his phone. Like this is real.
I haven't heard that one.
Oh no,
the blue light is real.
Like when we had games that end close to midnight, he come in the locker room, blue light glasses on. Like I got to get ready to get my recovery. Like that. Like a 22-year-old doing the things that he does, and he truly loves the game. He truly takes care of his body. And out of all the things that he does in basketball, he's a better person.
Yeah.
It's hard to describe the way that he is as a human being because he's such a phenomenal basketball player, but he's a better person than he is as a basketball player. And I know that's hard to believe.
Yeah. Let's talk about you guys coming into this game down 2-1 on your home court. You even it up 2-2. What's the mentality? What's the mindset shift going into Game 5?
We want to win every game. When we went 1-1 while we were there, some people told me like, or somebody asked me, what's your game plan? What's y'all's game plan going into OKC? And I'm like, we want to win both games. I don't know what y'all talking about. We want to split. No, we're trying to win every single game that we step out on the court. And that's our mentality. And we got pit bulls back there that are going into every game thinking the same way.
Before you get out of here, has Pop, with you being down 2-1, or even before the series, has Pop come in that locker room say he needs some nastiness out of y'all? Some nasty?
Yeah, you play here. You play here. We lost Game 3. And I think that was Pop's been around like throughout the course of the season, but that was the first time he walked into the locker room and was like, "Nah, that's BS. That's not how we play basketball." And obviously he has some choice words for it, but that was the first time all season that he came into the locker room right after a game and told us how he felt, and everybody felt that. Mitch was in there, B. Wright was in there. all the players down to the staff. You know how it is after a game. And that's the first time I've ever seen that. Like trainers, everybody's in there. We close the doors.
Let them go.
Yeah, we don't let anybody know what's going on in here, but that's the first time he opened that door. We see Pop come in, and it's like,
The Pop effect. Well, listen, the Pop effect worked. Your wife is from San Antonio. Is there family here? Maybe they can take care of the babies so you get some rest.
Family over
the
here.
whole family's here? Yeah, where's Reese? She was a baller, too. Right. Hopefully.
Kids didn't come to the game tonight. She's like, Say was like, I want to watch it.
She wanted to be able to focus.
She wanted to watch the game.
She's on game 4. She knows.
Well, enjoy the win. A double-double for De'Aaron Fox. We appreciate you stopping by.
Go soak the
Big guard.
Rest,
Hey.
recovery,
Soak the puppies
no
up.
blue light. Get
I'm going to have some blue light. I appreciate y'all.
See you in OKC.
Let's go back to the podium and hear from Victor Wembanyama, De'Aaron Fox's teammate.
You right in front of you. OKC to 82 points, which is a pretty low number in any game, let alone the conference finals. What did you see that you guys did defensively that was able to lock them down that way?
I'm not going to get into details, but in general, being more disciplined and just trusting the game plan even more.
Vic, it feels like being active defensive in terms of the hands and over here. It feels like being more active in the passing lanes has been a theme for you guys all season. How important has that been to have all 5 guys being active in passing lanes, being aggressive on the ball, just for a culture?
That's super important, and pretty much everybody would do that if they could trust that the rotations are there behind. But we got good individual defenders, so when we connect individual and team defense, it holds team to low-scoring numbers.
Hey, Vic, when you guys sort of play with that hit-first mentality, what sort of tone does it set, and how does it kind of carry over the course of a 48-minute game?
Feel like we, as you know, with who we are, we need to start this. But it really doesn't mean anything for the way it holds. I mean, it helps for sure, but it's a whole nother type of effort to be consistent rather than just hitting first.
Vic, to your right, those of us who watched you kind of mess around shooting half-court shots after shoot-arounds and practices, it doesn't seem like you make a whole lot of those when you're messing around. What did you think leading into that one, going into halftime?
I was just thinking shoot to score. I wasn't messing around at halftime.
Said he's really enjoying the adjustments. And I was curious for you in your first playoffs, how much have you enjoyed the game-to-game adjustments as a chess player yourself? How would you compare it?
There's definitely similarities, as in any strategy game. It's fun. It's very fun. In the playoffs, at some point, especially when a series drags on, everybody knows the other team like almost by heart. So it's different. I would say the coaches hold a lot of this load of the chess match. You know, the coaching staff, all the strategy. It's a lot. They do a lot of film. They work really hard.
Vic on the right, you said when you were sitting there the other day, we're going to find out what we're made of in this game. So one, did you wonder what the answer to that would be, and what did you find out tonight?
I didn't really wonder, no, because we didn't do nothing unexpected. But the truth is that we had never been in this kind of situation before. It was our first deficit in a playoff series. And we just responded, but it was nothing amazing. It wasn't magic. We just did what we needed to do, and the series is far from over. We got 6 more wins before we can rest.
In the first quarter, Devin had that block of McCain. Mm-hmm. Then he comes down court and feeds you for a lob dunk. Does that kind of sum up how good he's been on both ends in this series and in the whole playoffs?
it's hard to sum it up with just one play because his impact has been all over the floor on all kinds of areas and off the floor as a leader. So summing up his impact with just this play would not be fair to him.
Vic, after the last game, you said you needed to do a better job of essentially helping your teammates. And everyone around the team kind of says that you're hard on yourself. I'm wondering where that comes from. And then, how do you manage the last 48 hours in your first playoff run and not letting that get to you?
I don't know if I'm hard on myself. We all have high standards, and I know I have a lot of responsibilities, but I'm here for it. And yeah, it was better today. It wasn't perfect, but we all of us. I'm talking like the whole organizations. We're gonna have to do things that we didn't sign up for. I'm an employee to play basketball, but I'm not an employee to talk to whoever and find out answers to. We're all gonna do things like that, and that's why, as I was saying, I need to find ways to impact the game in many areas.
Offensively tonight, Vic, how much of tonight was reacting to what the Thunder were doing defensively, and how much of it was you deciding from a certain moment, at the start of the possession, what you wanted to do and then kind of dictating it that way?
It was a little bit of both. It's a balance we got to keep in. It's a balance that I think we had kind of wrong in earlier in this series.
You got to spend the last 8.5 minutes of the game on the bench because you guys were ahead by so much. Is that helpful to you at this point in the series to grab that much rest?
Yeah, of course. We'll get anything we get, any advantage, any edge, so we're going to use that. We need to rest.
Well, Victor Wembanyama is. All right, so the Spurs get the victory 103-82. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, the two-time MVP, 19 points. But OKC turns it over 20 times. That's their most turnovers so far this postseason. The Spurs able to score 25 points off of them, and their defense was really working hard today, VC.
Absolutely. That's what led by Wemby. He wanted to make a statement defensively. We already know their guards are very active defensively. You see, it started by Vassell doing a great job getting a block shot, getting out in transition, and we know what this led to. When you stuck, just throw it up.
When in doubt, when in doubt.
When you stuck, just throw it up.
Throw it up. Wemby will be there. Here's your active hands defensively. Castle does a good job of just occupying the defender. Great hands. Once again, putting SGA in a box. Three guards attacking the basketball. They're not just swiping it, attacking the basketball. And you see there Wemby. When you see Wemby, you hesitate every time. Causes a turnover. Active defensively. Staying down, not fouling. And that's been a huge thing for Castle in their defense. Staying down and not fouling. I mean, that's unfair when Wemby's blocking his shot when he's not jumping. But once again, getting out in transition. So they're great defense, keeping them out of the paint for one, turning them over, getting out and getting easy baskets. That was one of the differences in this game is that their attention to details defensively, not getting caught up in Shai's shenanigans. Would you say?
Shai's game plan.
You can say
well, the shenanigans back and forth with the fans because that's what you hear on
strategy.
So, but my point is, he does a great job of manipulating the defense, getting the fouls. Now that you notice the detail was hands up and have them back.
Mitch Johnson actually said, he was like, we were not as disciplined as we should have been on Shai in Game 3, and that was the difference. And you could see that was a point of emphasis, I feel like, in Game 4. Go ahead, T.
You know what I loved about San Antonio's defense? We talk about the energy and effort, and you could see when Shai or whoever had the ball, when they're attacking, right, trying to break the shell, typically the weak side defenders or defenders that's not on primary on the ball, you kind of glued to your man, but you were watching the ball, but they were going and attacking Shai or whoever that ball handler was. You're not expecting that from a defender to come from different angles, right, when you're in the paint or attacking downhill. It was phenomenal that they gave that extra effort, which you didn't see in Game 3.
Only a couple defensive guys know how to play that way.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Caruso was one of them.
Yes.
And and OKC have about 2 or 3 guys, especially in Stephon Castle. Anytime somebody is on that elbow,
they just
turn
leave their
back,
man.
They go get hit.
They scramble, and they help each other out. Right? Once one person scramble, everybody's in scramble rotation. So when that happens, it gives everybody confidence on the defensive end. We know Stephon Castle is going to take chances on the defensive end. We know Darren Fox going to take chances on the defensive end, but that allows Wemby to go from corner to baseline, the top of the key, and just be a roamer. And I think tonight they allowed OKC, meaning they allowed Wemby to just roam defensively. He was getting through picks. He was trapping. He was getting back to the rim. He just was dominant on the defensive end. Also, they allowed San Antonio to use their hands a lot today too. They would, because they set their tone early in the basketball game.
Yeah, I mean, and to play that way, it takes extra effort. And I think that entire team understood we have to lay it on the line tonight. Or this series, we put ourselves in a tough situation, in a deeper hole to climb, and I think you could see the activity. If you're going to give yourself up, it was the next man rotating, and they were flying around, trying to take away the three-point shot, still not allowing them in the paint. Like, that takes a lot, and they did that tonight.
Listen, we've seen a bench perform at the highest level.
Yeah, right?
Outscoring them by 119 points. So you better have the energy and effort and the intention of coming out and playing that way in a game where you're down.
They took away OKC's kind of strength tonight. The bench, we talked about the bench, how deep they are. The bench didn't, they didn't give us nothing tonight. I would say that. Then they took away the road dominance of OKC. OKC on the road, they're dominant on the road. They took that away. For me, all the trends of OKC that we've been talking about, the strengths,
they took that away.
They took that away. So now this is even. They got to go back to OKC. And to me, the pressure is on the Spurs to keep that up and go back to OKC and win on the road.
Yeah, listen, ultimately the Thunder, they shot it 18% from 3.
Wow.
Yeah, they were 6 for 33. 33% for the game. So the defense for the Spurs hit a different level. And now Mark Dagnall, he's got to go back to the drawing board, come up with the next adjustment. But first he had to stop by the podium to chat with the media.